I discovered late in life, later in life, that if you want to know who's running the show, figure out who you cannot criticize. If you can figure out who the person is or the group of people that you are not allowed to criticize, you know they're in charge. And then there's another axiom that sort of crosses my mind now and then, that only lies need coercion. Only lies need the force of law or just the force of a fist or any kind of coercion, violence to silence the opposition. Because the truth always prevails if it's given a free voice and a free chance to explain itself. In time, truth always wins. So the only way you can beat out truth is to silence it. So when somebody is advocating the use of coercion to prevent a point of view from being spoken, and that point of view is contrary to something else, you know immediately that the contrary point of view is a lie. I can't think of a better example of these people today who say that we must not allow people to speak up against man-made global warming. That's a proven fact. You cannot disagree with it. You cannot say anything against it. You cannot offer any evidence because you're a criminal if you do that. There ought to be a law to prevent you from questioning the theory of global warming. You know immediately, therefore, that theory is a lie. You don't have to even study it. Because in history, only those things which are lies have to rely on coercion to defend them. Truth always prevails, and it doesn't need any coercion to defend it. Now, of course, you can't just stop with that. You have to look at the facts also, but you have a pretty good clue what you're dealing with. And what I'm saying now is what we're dealing with in spades today on the internet and in the other forms of the media, but it goes way, way, way back. I wouldn't be surprised even if on Noah's Ark there were certain things you weren't allowed to say, like we're lost. So anyway, that's all I want to observe, is that nothing really has changed. I think as long as we remain human beings, there will be a tendency for the defenders of lies to want to use coercion. And I think it's as simple as that. If you deal with the generalities instead of the specifics are horrible. But there's always some liar who can make his point of view sound reasonable if you're not allowed to question it and point out the flaws in his argument. I think it's as simple as that, and I'll just leave it for that.
Thank you, Jim. I want to go to Derek Crowe.